Mr. President,
The Minority Leader.
I now ask unanimous consent that the pending amendments, with the exception of the McConnell substitute amendment, be withdrawn. That no other amendments, points of order, or motions be in order to the joint resolution or the McConnell substitute prior to vote on the McConnell substitute. Is at 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, September 10th, the Senate proceed to vote on the McConnell substitute amendment, that the amendment be subject to a 60-vote affirmative vote threshold. Further, if the McConnell amendment is agreed to, H.J. Res. 61 is amended, be read a third time and passed, that the time today until 5 p.m. be equally divided between the two leaders or their designees. The following leader remarks on Wednesday, September 9th until 6 p.m. The time be equally divided between the two leaders or the designees. That following leader remarks on Thursday, September 10th until 5:30 p.m. Time be equally divided between two leaders or the designees. Now, Mr. President, that's my consent agreement. Let me just say a brief word, and then I'll turn it over to my friend, the Republican leader. If the Republicans want more debate time, you can have it, but 3 days I thought would be adequate. We have a definite time for doing this, and I think that's important. I think that, Mr. President, if anyone thinks that this is not a serious issue, I don't know what could be a serious issue. And based upon the underlying foundation that has been laid by my friend for these many years, this is going to require a 60-vote threshold. Everyone knows that, and this goes back long before this dialogue started today on the floor. It's been going on for some time, as my friend, the Assistant Democratic Leader, when he has an opportunity to address the Senate, will discuss.
Is there objection?
Object.
Objection's been heard.
So, Mr. President, I ask consent that on Thursday, September 10th at 3 p.m., the substitute amendment to H.J. Res. 61 be agreed to, the joint resolution as amended be read a third time, and the Senate vote on passage of the resolution as amended.
I object.
Objection has been heard.
So, Mr. President, I also want to propound the following resolution. I ask consent that if cloture is invoked on the substitute amendment to H.J. Res. 61, the amendment be agreed to, the joint resolution as amended be read a third time, and there be 4 hours of debate equally divided between the two leaders or their designees, and that following the use or yielding back of time, the Senate vote on passage of the resolution as amended.
Is there objection?
Reserving the right to object, Mr. President, for all the reasons I've mentioned previously and the fact that I believe the Republican leader is going way ahead of himself, I object.
Objection's been heard.